Hey everybody, it's Keith with the L1 Automotive Training Channel. In today's Tech Question Quickie, we have a question from someone who is definitely a lot smarter than I am. Alright, if you're not familiar with our Tech Question Quickies, you basically send an email to techquestions@l1training.com and I answer the questions here. So today's question comes from Craig S., who's a PhD. Craig says, "Hi Keith, first thank you for all your videos. I really enjoyed watching everything on YouTube by you and Ivan, Eric, Derek, Vice Grip. Been a godsend this year. I'm a lifelong auto enthusiast and I've worked for GM for 38 years. My division, Delphi, was bought out by BorgWarner last year. My current position is Global Manager of Quality and Reliability, working out of Rochester, New York." You guys catching my drift on this? I'm also a university professor at Rochester Institute of Technology, teaching product development, design for Six Sigma, quality and statistics, and the Master of Engineering programs. So really appreciate you and your approach to sharing your knowledge. Thank you, honestly humbled. I still own my high school car, 1976 Pontiac Trans Am with an 8-point roll cage, quarter-inch tube, 502 big block Chevy, two-stage NOS, turbo 400 manual shift, and some other modifications. That's a whole lot of American in there. I'm working on an LS2 6.2 swap and have most of the tools for basic diagnosing, engine building, chassis work, mill, lathe, welding, etc. in my home shop. Mucho jelly right now. I want to make the next step to more advanced diagnostic level tool for doing functions and checks on newer vehicles. 95% domestic. Home hobbyist. I have a Foxwell NT630 Elite, a GM Tech 2, power probe, scope on a rope, injector pulsar, relay checker, and other handheld simplistic devices. With so many scanner tools available, it's a bit confusing for me on the best investment. A Veris, a Foxwell, a Launch, an Autel, subscriptions to coding, writing, laptop interfaces. I'd like a solid tool to do functions in TPMS, module programming, and diagnostic live data capture. I like the Launch X431V Plus, yet it's $1,200 price tag, a bit high for a DIY. I also don't want to get into a subscription support system, although having wire diagrams for a vehicle is incredible for problem solving. Is there an option that's under $750 for someone like me? I think in one of your videos you mentioned to be able to buy support for a VIN for like $50. Not sure that might have been for coding options. Is there a Bluetooth Wi-Fi laptop option for a program that allows interface that I can use the infrastructures I have, laptop computing? Thanks again, Keith. You're a lot of help to the people in the world and smile on our faces. Craig, I appreciate it very, very much. Unfortunately, I do not have good news for you. So there's a couple things here. Looking for a tool that does TPMS and will do some basic diagnosis. We can get you in for your $750 price range. That shouldn't be too difficult to find. As a matter of fact, Autel has a pretty decent TPMS tool. I have the TS609, I believe is what it is. It does have a yearly subscription attached to it that's just under $300. But it does an all-module scan. It allows you to view some live data. Does not really have any special functions, but does do TPMS. Where our hang-up is the module programming. Unfortunately, I have to repeat this a lot, and it's nothing against you, Craig, but for the most part, 99.9% of the time, scan tools do not do any module programming. Some of them will do some configurations and a few coding functions, but that is not installing software on a module, which is what a lot of people are asking for. Things like the Launch X431VI at $1,200 is honestly the best bang for the buck scan tool that's in existence. It will do the most functions for the least amount of money. But again, it really needs to be tailored to what you're looking to do. You said domestic mainly. I don't know if that's going to be the best option for you. The $50 per VIN, what I was talking about was programming General Motors products, and you would have to have a J2534 device and a laptop set up for that. And then at approximately $40 per VIN, you would have the option to program modules on that vehicle. But again, you would need a maintainer, a J2534 device. You're definitely going to need some service info and some other scan tools, because once you go to programming modules, sometimes you have to finish out with theft processes or do other special functions that are not in SPS in order to complete the flash or complete the module replacement. So there is just not a good option for a DIYer to do all of those things, because in all honesty, those are not DIY things. The automotive industry is significantly more involved than what most people will give credit. And I think, Craig, you probably will agree with me, and you understand more than most, as you've put in a ton of time into your education. So it's one of those things where I don't know if I can give you any guidance. I think I would pick what your budget is, what you'd like to spend, and only operate within the ability of the scan tool that you purchase within that budget. Other than that, I think your Trans Am's super cool, and thank you for your question. And if you guys have questions, you can send them to TechQuestions@l1training.com, and I'll answer them here. And if you'd like some advanced level training for automotive diagnostics, module programming, and that kind of stuff, because you're willing to make the hefty investment in tooling, head on over to l1training.com and sign up today.